and get started. So, today we are continuing the trend of playing Primeval Titan decks ahead of SCG Richmond, which is going to be the first big Modern tournament since the bannings. A lot of hype around Primeval Titan. I said that in my last video, talked a little bit more about the context in that video. So if you're watching this and you've not yet seen the Amulet video, there's another video that should be posted at the same time as this one in the Modern playlist that is going to be an Amulet deck, and I talk a little bit about the context behind what's going on with all the Grazers and the Dryads and the Titans. But circumventing all that, I've had a few people looking for my Titanshift, my updated Titanshift list, now that the old Dryad of Ilysian Grove is introduced to the Modern format. And so, here we are. This is what we're doing. And this is pretty... I don't know, this is quite a different deck list from what I normally play. I am a huge advocate for Explorers, usually. I'm a huge advocate for Colony Art Expeditions. Like, there's just normally a lot more, I guess, like, individualized ramp. Like, there's a lot more individualized ramp package I normally play. I normally play, like, one Prismatic Omen. I normally like, you know, one Farseek or whatever. Like, I normally like very specific numbers on my ramp spells that aren't the big 8 here with the Sakura-Tribe Elder and the Search for Tomorrow. But this deck has to be built differently to be built around Dryad. If we're trying to leverage Dryad to its fullest in a Titanshift setup, I think we need to be able to leverage the fact that you can play it on turn 2 off of Arboreal Grazer. So we're going to do things like, hey, invested Zeratul. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. We're going to do things like, you know, go up to 29 lands, so up our land count a little bit. We're going to invest in, you know, Arboreal Grazer, whereas I didn't think we normally wanted it because it's not really always worth the card in Titanshift because your payoffs came at 5 and 6, and, like, you're not accelerating yourself into that very well. With Grazer and being able to make your land drops. And yeah, this setup changes everything. With Dryad, like, you don't want to Explore anymore because you already have Grazers and Dryad that are, like, you know, spewing all the lands out of your hand. So Explorers are much more likely to not have lands for you to put into play. So you want your actual ramp spells now to put physical lands onto the battlefield from your deck. So you're going to want Search for Tomorrow, you're going to want Sakura-Tribe Elder, and you're going to want Farseeks. So the 2 extra ramp spells I've picked up here are Farseeks. You're on a set of Arboreal Grazers to enable the set of Dryads. I'm not playing Once Upon a Time, despite Dominic Harvey's suggestion in his article to play Once Upon a Time. I think the mana investment is still too relevant. Titanshift is still pretty good at using their mana every turn. And in this particular setup, I think I've actually raised the overall converted mana cost of this deck in general. And I think it isn't as important to find specifically the Dryad and the Grazer because we can present a turn 4 kill. Like, it's not as important for us to be a Once Upon a Time deck as it is for a deck like Amulet Titan, where, like, oftentimes you need specific lands, like a bounce land, to be able to enable all your land drops because you have less lands. You have things like, you know, Titans that are important to find, whereas, as I was saying pre-video, I don't even think this deck is named Titanshift, but I don't even think it's that good of a Primeval Titan deck. Like, you're basically just Valakuting people. You're not comboing off or anything like Amulet does. But I think we're a much better Scapeshift deck. And so, like, with having Scapeshift still just being able to, like, kill somebody off 7 lands, it's not as important that we find the creatures and, like, a specific land like a Valakut or a field in order to kill our opponent, when we can still just kill them on turn 4. Like, we still just kill them on turn 4 with Scapeshift. And, you know, we don't even need to use combat. We don't need to even mess with Titan at all. And the Once Upon a Time just, like, is oftentimes going to miss because I want to incorporate Scapeshifts in my deck. So if I want to leverage both Scapeshift, some, like, ramp spells and all that stuff, my Once Upon a Times are going to be a lot worse. And I think that also means that they're not worth putting in our deck. So because it's less important that we have specifically Primeval Titan, or, like, specifically this ramp setup, this is just something we get to splice into our deck while still having normal ramp spells. And it's not as important for us, like, for our win condition. I think we're a much worse Once Upon a Time deck, and I don't think we want to leverage it. Hopefully that logic made sense. It makes a little bit more sense probably in my head, but I tried to explain it as best I could, but I'm not as articulate. So, moving forward from there, TBH, I've been debating cutting entirely for more escapes and all for just like add more schemes because the Dryads and add ours. 6/6 doesn't do much in our combo deck. Definitely worth trying. Yeah, I think it might be worth trying, but I think you don't have enough good payoff. Like I think you still want Primeval Titan, but if you notice, I've completely circumvented Summoner's Pact as well as, you know, the not having Once Upon a Time. I don't have Summoner's Pact because I think it was always the worst payoff. Like I would cut Summoner's Pacts in a lot of matchups, whereas now we have these 5-drops that we can use to bridge to our more payoff, or just in the case of Hour of Promise with Dryad, sometimes just kill our opponent. Like now, Hour of Promise previously didn't do enough. It wasn't good enough as not a Primeval Titan to kill our opponent. Just grabbing 2 Valakuts often didn't kill our opponent. With Dryad now, the 2 Valakuts deal 12. So if we can curve Grazer into Dryad into Hour of Promise, there's a chance we just kill our opponent on turn 3, right? And that makes Hour of Promise worth trying, in my opinion. And it does make our Escape to the Wilds better. And when we have all these like play additional lands, but like aren't real like cards on their own, like they're not card advantage with these lands, or even just like card neutral, like a Farseek. Like this makes us play a card that is already in our hand. It just lets us play our lands faster. You're going to want access to more lands. So I think these cards make Escape better, but I've cut an Escape from my previous list because I don't want to clog up the 5s too much, and I do want to try Hour of Promise. So outside of that, those are kind of the highlights in the way I've built my deck here. Escape to the Wilds does make up for the card disadvantage that Arboreal Grazer represents and that Dryad represents. I guess not really card disadvantage with Dryad. It's just like the speed. It lets you leverage the speed of playing a bunch of lands that Dryad offers. And you'll notice I also went up a second Field of the Dead. When we're playing a bunch of lands out of our hand, I think we're going to have natural like land payoff win conditions more often. And like we're going to need to leverage that, I think, a little bit more. So if we can turn more of our lands that we're putting in ahead of schedule as spells, if we can leverage them as spells, then that it'll almost be like like we, you know, like they were actually spells, but our deck just ends up being a strictly better version of the previous Titanshift deck. That's the theory behind it. I've maintained the 13 mountains. I have 2 forests still. I have 2 Garenbrigs. We're on 29 lands. I like this list a lot. We're down to fetch land from what I normally like to play. I normally like 7 fetches, but 6 is fine for where we're at here, I think. And yeah, I'm really interested in trying this main deck out. I'm not sure what the exact split of the 5-drops should be. But I think this is the setup I want to try. I don't know if this is, like I said, I don't know if this is the final best list. I'll talk about my thoughts and how it goes afterwards. But this is something that really, really stuck out to me and popped as soon as I saw Dryad and like the way I want to leverage this. And reading up on how Dom wanted to do things, I took a few takeaways from him as well. So, oh, that's a lot of words, Big Monkey. I'll get around to reading that once we finish up here. The sideboard is a little less calculated. Like, I know I want 3 Damping Spheres for the Amulet matchup and the Storm matchup, but like if you see there's no Obstinate Baloths. That's something I would have told you was ludicrous 3 or 4 months ago. But I think with Dryad, Grazer, and like Escape to the Wilds, I think Courser might just be a better course of action. We could just play like against the burn matchup, we could just have these like 3 drops that are just tribal 2/4, so they're hard to kill, they block well, and they work well together in order to set up like just gaining a bunch of life, playing lands off the top of our deck. So we're like, it's actually like an engine against the burn deck that like when you grabbed Baloth previously, that was just kind of what your game was about. You're just like putting this 4/4 into play. It's a good blocker. But, you know, it gains that chunk of 4 life on the front. If it gets Skullcrack, that's the end of the world. This card's better against Skullcrack because you gain your life in chunks, but worse against just a flurry of burn spells where you could just die. But it is a mana cheaper. So I'm really interested in trying like a couple Coursers alongside our Dryads to really, I don't know, really just spew the lands, like experimental frenzy the lands off the top of our library and like gain a bunch of life that way. Well, we still have my old Caterpillar, which is my preferred method of creatures that blow up the enchantments post board, but this could just be a naturalize effect. I am playing the creature out, I guess because we don't have Summoner's Pact, it's mostly just out of respect for like blocking, but this honestly probably should be something else. I don't know what, a Force of Vigor maybe? I could definitely buy that we want a Force of Vigor or 2 in this sideboard. There's more Blood Moons going around now, but Dryad does allow you to kind of circumvent Blood Moon a little bit by letting all your lands tap for mana of any color. So I think we're already a little better against Blood Moon than we were before, but this might should be a Force of Vigor, and I think that's what it's going to end up being. I might actually just go ahead and rent 2 Force of Vigors as it is, because I think once we cut Pact entirely from our deck, we don't need our enchantment hate to be a creature, and Force of Vigor has higher upside. I got 2 Veil of Summers. This is out of respect for the Shadow matchup. I think Shadow is a deck that hasn't lost anything from the bans and is therefore a deck that I think more people are more likely to play. I mean, we played against it in our last league. I don't expect that to change. So 2 Veil of Summers in that matchup. Pretty good. Pretty excited to have access to that card still. It's busted. I mean, it's been banned in multiple formats, so should tell you all you need to know. The Bolts and Angers are respect for humans, but I'm not sure how much I should be respecting humans with this style of deck. You'll notice that there's no interactive pieces in our main deck at all anymore. There's no relics, there's no bolts. There's like all of our interaction that isn't land-based is coming out of our sideboard now. And so that made me a little scared of the humans matchup, so I like packed up with a bunch of removal spells. But I'm not sure how prevalent humans is going to be in this post-ban metagame. Like I said, this sideboard is going to make more sense once we have an established metagame, I think. And if I go ahead and run 2 Force of Vigors, I might actually switch out the like one of the bolts or like one of the bolt effects, because I think humans might still be a good matchup. Despite like we can natural Valakut more often with Dryad, and Dryad's a good blocker, which to me seems like it should make the humans matchup a little bit better. And if we manage to cut the bolts from our main deck and our humans matchup still palpable, then that's disgusting. And last but not least, I have 2 Fries. This is mostly out of respect for Ashiok. I mean, Ashiok is the card people are putting in a lot of their sideboards to beat the Amulet Titan decks, and our deck is not very good at beating it. If it becomes like very, very widely played, I could see even upping the number of Fries, because we have to get it off the table. We can natural Valakut it a little bit better than Amulet can if we just draw a Valakut, but you're not guaranteed to have a Valakut at all, and like the card is scary enough that like you're going to want access to Fry. So, Big Monkey, talking about all that, I'm going to go back and read all your stuff. I mean, literally, we can throw in a Movani main with 2 Hour, add an Escape, and boom, that's 4 slots covered. Add a Fetch and a Forest for the Garenbrigs, and I think the deck basically becomes crazy good. I don't think Acid Moss is very good in the deck in this current setup, for what it's worth. Even with all the big mana around, Acid Moss was just never really even that good in our deck. So, I'm not sure I love Acid Moss. The entire metagame would have to be like all big mana for me to like really want Acid Moss in this setup now that we have Dryad into 5-drops. I'd rather be enabling 5-drops faster. Alright. I think I'm gonna put 2 Force of Vigors in. I think I'm gonna cut a Lightning Bolt too, which might actually be crazy. But, like, as I was talking about it, like I said, I think our humans matchup might be okay. Now, if we play against Infect, we're just dead. Like, I am willing to admit that if we play against Infect, we're just dead. We're not beating that deck. Hopefully, that deck's not widely played. But that matchup was already so bad, and there's no need to try to make it better. So, yeah, I like Force of Vigor as, like, a free, like, it's a pitch way to get rid of Blood Moon if we don't have one of our 2 forests. And it also can clean up, like, an Ensnaring Bridge and stuff in those matchups. I can clean up multiple things. I like this sideboard for starting. We'll see how it pans out. But like I said, there's a lot of the metagame that needs to be established. Thank you for not running Sheltered Thicket. You're welcome, Jen. Iron Escape isn't good enough payoff. Hello, it's a 5-mana primetime or Escape 3 land drops. Valakut triggers of Dryad. Also, I think Hour's insane because we don't have to play a useless creature suite and try to barely play Titan. Big Monkey, I don't think you're insane for trying to run no creatures, basically, like no prime times and just run Hours. But like, I mean, prime time, because it can attack, does make it better than Hour Promise. I don't think you can argue that Hour Promise is better than Titan in this deck, because I just don't think that's true. Like, because the ceiling on it is so much higher. Thoughts on Sultai Titan Field now that Oko is banned? Love the content. Hey, thanks, CG. I think the Sultai Field deck gets way worse. The deck wasn't even that good at the time, and it was only good because it went over the top of Oko decks. With Oko decks gone, I don't think that just Titan Field decks are very good. That's 5-0, I'm on it. It's so weird not having Explorer. No kidding, Thalian. Not having a dedicated Grave Hate might be tough. Our graveyard matchups are usually pretty good, Smear. Our Dredge matchup is still very good. Like, the problem is, if there's, like, a better graveyard deck, like Storm, we might have a little bit of trouble with, but we're planning to fight them on the Damping Sphere Fry axis. Just, like, kill their creatures. In fact, looking decent at the moment. It probably is, Fat Town. It probably is. That's all I needed. Thanks for fueling my insanity. BRB with a list. No, I don't think you're insane. I don't think you're insane at all. All right, Titan Field has been really good for me. Dryad and Urza replacing Oko has been gas. I mean, are you doing a better thing than the other big mana decks in the format? I think that's a question that you're gonna have to ask yourself, and I suspect the answer is gonna be no. Like, you're going to be hard-pressed to be doing a better thing than the big mana decks in Modern. The big mana decks in Modern just got a huge shot in the arm, and we're already pretty good to begin with. And so, yeah, like I think if you play Sultan Titan Field, you're still going to beat up on a lot of the decks the big mana decks already beat up on, but you're going to be worse in other spots because you have a worse like main proactive plan. Blitz is not insane. Blitz is very smart. Look how many bananas they have. They're so smart. Is there a chance to play split removal on this side, like Sudden Shock? If Burn is more popular, I think you definitely should. Oh, it's Zach Goldman again. Hi, chat. I think I was playing this exact same deck last time I played him. So we're 29 land deck. If we draw a Dryad, it's not the end of the world. We have a Titan a turn earlier, too. I still think I'm going to mulligan. We're on the draw, so I think there's just way better hands. Yeah, let's keep this. Bottom an extra Grazer. And we're good to go. This time it's actually being... Zach's played a lot of Urza, so I would imagine he's still playing the Urza deck. They play like Red and 6, has a lot of counter spells. The Veil Summer's going to be good here. Blitz is a dirty mill player. Yeah, mill players do beat the crap out of us, huh? There's an Ensnaring Bridge. Thankfully, that doesn't matter too much. This is a good turn 1 from our opponent. So we can suspend and Grazer next turn, or we can just suspend... What if we just didn't play the Grazer? I think we can set up to turn 3... Does this have to put it in tapped? Yeah. I think we can set up to turn 3 Hour of Promise, which is really attractive to me, but I need to figure out how we do that. Sakura... I guess Sakura plus Search just like does it. We don't need Grazer right now, so... Okay. No, we need to get this field into play. So we would need to draw a land. Suspend. If we draw an untapped land, we can do it no matter what. So if we draw an untapped land, we'd rather have Grazered. We could put this into play, play this tapped next turn, play this, and then we just need to draw an untapped land. You streaming? Zach Goldman says hi, chat. So I'm not used to Grazers in the Titanshift deck. It's kind of throwing me off. Because we can't play this on curve, so we can't just go this into this and guarantee Hour because this comes in tap. So I think I actually am supposed to play Grazer, so I'm going to do it. Here's a Grazer. Took me a while to come to the conclusion, but I think that's what we're supposed to do. Hardcast Search on 2. We might do that. No, we have to cast Sakura-Tribe Elder, right? I guess it doesn't really matter, right? We can cast either. I was just going to like try to conserve the life total. Because they are a Galvanic Blast deck. He has 2 blue mana here. Now he has all the colors. I also don't know how we're really going to slog through a bunch of counter spells. Oh, maybe he's just going to try to NASCAR us with the infinite combo. Emery trying to find sword. I think that's what we're doing here. Milled over an Urza. That's a good sign. Okay, cast Bobble, I think. Yep. Bobble me. Fine. That's fine. There's an untapped land, chat. So... yeah, we cast Search. We shock and cast Search. Grab a mountain. Because Sakura-Tribe, yeah, alright. Cast this. I guess I could suspend plus cast Sakura, but I don't think that's very good. Although it could have been better. We'll get the sweet basics. Maybe suspending was better. I'm not necessarily convinced because we're about to get double Valakut here. Maybe we're not. Maybe we're gonna try to field to the dud. Although they have Thopter Foundry, just kind of work through that. They hold up Cryptic. I might play it slow. I just play the Sakura-Tribe Elder. Oh, never mind. There's jamming. You still have to hit the sword, right? Yeah, they still did sword. Bobble. This doesn't let them whir for sword. Cycle Lonely Sandbar. That gives them another draw step to the sword. We're under a fair bit of pressure. Yep. You have bubbled me. They don't have Rebuke up, so they just have no counter spells. Grazer. Draw a card. Scapeshift. 5, 6. Ugh. Well, we have the win next turn, but next turn is slow. Maybe we don't even grab double Valakut. Maybe we grab Valakut Mountain. Nah, we'll grab double Valakut. We want to be able to kill Urza, right? This will be third mountain, fourth mountain. Now we need to grab a mountain. All right. Go grab a Cinder Glade. Cinder Glade. I think we're going to be hard pressed to win this one, despite on turn 3 here grabbing Valakuts. Valakut. I guess we can make 2 zombies. That's kind of nice. Valakut Snow-Covered Mountain. Valakut Fetch Land actually makes the most sense, right? Because it makes 2 zombies. Alright. Yeah, we'll grab Valakut Fetch Land. Alright. Go. Let's grab Val for shifting next turn. I'm going to hedge around them having a counter spell. Alright, this is another look at 4 cards to the sword. And they hit it. That's game. Alright, well. You just do it at his leisure. Cast Sword of the Meek. They can just sack this Mox Amber. I don't have any great ready. We'll just concede. They have infinite life and infinite Thopters. It's fast. I guess 3. In turn 1 Emery and like Emery every turn for the entire game is probably going to do that. Well, Force of Vigor looks like it's relevant. I think Veil's very good. I think that's basically it. He might have Ashiok, so we'll bring in Fries just in case. It's a lot of interaction, but we're going to trim a little bit on some of the fat. Like, for instance, I don't think we need to go as fast in this matchup, so we can trim some Grazers. I actually might just trim all the Grazers. And if we're doing that, can we cut a land? Field of the Dead? I don't think Field of the Dead's what this matchup's about at all. Maybe it is. Garenbrig? I think I want all my green sources. I think I am going to cut a Field of the Dead. Trim a little bit. Keep the payoff cards. Courser might not even be outside the realm of reasonable. Just like one Courser over another Dryad. I don't like showing this low in Dryads. I'm not going to do that. Let's try this. I think I like this setup. I like also that we have so much payoff in the face of all this counter magic. We have a lot of like natural Valakuts to grab and stuff, so I think we're fairly well set up given that like Urza isn't a real deck anymore. 3 Scapeshifts. Mulligan. This hand is good. Keep. I'm going to bottom the Dryad, I think. Go. Now, they do play Blood Moon in their sideboard, so that is a consideration, but they can't really power it out that well. And we have Force of Vigor anyway. Missed turn 1. I think we're fine missing for 2 turns. I think if we miss on a land at all for 3 turns, we're dead. But I didn't think I was going lower with this hand. They have Metallic Rebuke. Emery, what is this? Destroy a non-black creature. Wow, that's bad. Alright. Is this black too? Oh, yeah. Nice. Alright, I think that's the last turn we can miss on lands and have it be okay. You got the Blood Moon? Alright, that's fine. Draw Forest, we're in good shape. Draw Forest, we're in good shape. So we have 4 outs to draw something relevant. Yep. Go. This hand did not pan out. Well, at least they don't seem to have a ton. Do we have to discard yet? No. What's up? Broke the deck. How much for a league right now? Probably a lot. Although we'll see how long this league takes. If we keep getting Blood Moon, it'll be quick. Doctor Sword. That'll kill us pretty quickly. Has to be Force of Vigor here, probably. Forest. Yeah, I think I'm going to take 1 more draw step. We're very likely dead. They make 2 Thopters, they make like 6 Thopters or whatever. But we will play it out. It's pretty unfortunate the way this game played out. But, I mean, you have these games with Titanshift sometimes, I think. I don't love mulling to 5 in this kind of build. And I think our hand overall looked pretty good. We just needed a green land. Sure. Yup. 1, 2, 3. Make 3 Thopters. 5th land. If we green land. Play Dryad. It gets countered. Alright. I guess 3 Thopters to 5. I don't think we're just dead. The problem is they more than likely have a counterspell, and we can't beat a counterspell. We can beat the high life total because of Dryad. We can beat the Blood Moon if we draw outs, but attack for a lot. 11. Card that matters. That plays. Might be too little too late, but here is a Dryad. Make this. Make this. 9, 11. Oh, wait, no. I miscounted. Oh, we're dead at the Ren anyway. They should have minus the Ren last turn instead of plussing. But that's marginal. We died. They had a Gal Blast too. Never mind, nothing mattered. Huh. Yeah, I don't... even with the way that played out, I think I would keep that hand most times. Like, I don't think based on the way that game went and knowing, like, I knew he had Blood Moons going in. Like, I've seen his deck before. Yeah, we don't have an next turn. I've seen his deck before. I think I would still keep that hand, but I'm keeping that hand knowing that there's a chance that what just happened there happens. But I think my chances are higher than winning on 5 because, like, I think the Veil is so impactful. I think one green source does so much. This is a lot of payoff. I'm going to look at this. This is a fine amount of payoff. This is my concern with playing a bunch of Garenbrigs, though, is that, like, they aren't great in our deck because they don't come in untapped very often. But it's still fine because we have Search for Tomorrows. Do I think Titan is better than Scapeshift? If we have Garenbrig in hand, I think it is. So, because of the Garenbrig, I'm actually going to bottom the Scapeshift over the Titan. Is this Amulet? We playing Amulet? Oh, I don't know. What's up? How do you feel about Chandra Torch of Defiance for Big Monkey's Titan with Shift? I don't think that's good enough. I think you have too many other good payoffs. Idicale switch to go there. I mean, you can play... So you're playing the 4-hour 4 Escape to the Wilds plus Scapeshifts. That should be enough, right? 12 payoff cards. It should be more than enough. Legend Heart 718. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. What is with all these people playing Urza? Like, stop. This deck is not still good. Maybe it is. I don't know. It seems like it has a hard time with the Amulet. And I think if you have a hard time with the Amulet, your deck's going to be in a lot of trouble. Oh, it's the Blade deck. No, it's not. What is happening? Nope, it's just that Urza. Okay. This league is so different from the last one. I'll tell you what, this modern format. Well, I guess we're going to suspend this, play a tap land, and pass. I'm going to hold the Sakura because the Sakura is going to allow us to turn for the Titan still. Yup. Do stuff. Having a turn 4 Titan with this hand is actually pretty nice. The power of Garenbrig. Teferi. Tick up. No problem, dude. Had much respect for you for a long time now. Thanks, Legend. That means a lot. It really does. I'm not going to suspend the second one for fear of... fear of Teferi. This looks like they're going to try to Queller me. Because if they Queller me, yeah. So they definitely have Teferi. What they're going to do here is they're just going to play Teferi, pick this up, and then they counter 2 ramp spells. Pretty good. It's good sequencing. Go. But I'm not just going to sit here and not cast my spells. Alright. Now they have Teferi. Pick up Queller. We lose out on Sakura and Search. We untap, play land, play Search. Their deck is Tradebinder. Urza deck still exists. I mean, Dalian, our deck was good against Urza back in the day, right? Like, which means we probably should play more Veils. Like, if this deck is actually a deck, then, like, I think we can easily, like, work around that. We can handle that. I feel like they're slow rolling me with this Teferi. You should probably attack me first, friend. What is this? 2 mana? It's a Quaddle in main phase. It's an EE on 2. What? Why? Why is there an EE on 2 right now? I can't even block anyway. What is happening? I'm so confused. Does it allow Rebuke? You had Rebuke mana anyway. Cast. XYZ Principe? Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. Countered. I will pay. Okay. Yes. Forest. We'll grab the sweet Nyx lands. Cinder Glade. Do we suspend this? I think we do, right? Suspend. Play a mountain. Go. I mean, they're still pretty far behind. Like, I'm going to lead off casting Escape first, probably. I mean, it depends on if they, like, tap out for something, but I'm led to believe they don't have more counter spells. This is, yeah, this looks like an Urza. That is fine. Now I'm probably supposed to put something into play just to get Field of the Dead tokens so I can block. They have Cryptic Command up now. Okay. I guess I can just, like, with just Escape to the Wilds, we can do that anyway. 2, 3, 4. Play Escape. I kind of want to set up a turn, though, where we can escape and Scapeshift and Scapeshift them. Assuming they have Cryptic Command, what's better to cast first? I don't want to just, like, die. And 2, 3, 4, 10. You meet for 10? It's kind of a lot. Them holding the Bobble's a little weird. So that turn should find my shift deck's 59 cards, so whatever Drake Ribbon to start with. Probably another 2-mana ramp spell. What do you want to do here, chat? We can't play either of them around a Rebuke. Does the Titan just have higher upside and therefore be the one we're supposed to cast? With Escape you can win. With Titan, no. I can't win this turn, right? Like, I cast Escape. I have no mana up. Play land, play land. It's 2 lands. We don't necessarily win. Primetime's higher upside. Slam Titan, says chat. Okay. I was leaning towards Titan, but I think there's a good argument for Escape here. Alright, let's play Fetch Land. I don't know what this necessarily plays around. It might just be spewing a zombie, but I think it's fine. They have Cryptic Command. Rebuke. Okay, yeah, we couldn't play Red Rebuke. Alright, so we're going to get our 5th land next turn. Player... I'm sorry, a 7th land, 8th land. And then we have the chance to win the game. Yep, Bobble's fine. Just gonna pass. So they can put Rebuke on top of their library with Bobble. And that's kind of scary. But I don't think we die. We can make some zombies. Tell you what, a Dryad would be a really good draw. Fairy. It counters the search. They plussed instead of picking up... Whoa. Yeah, I can't cast that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Escape. Alright, Escape. Impress me. Never mind. We're not going to get a chance. They should have a counter spells. Ugh. Maybe we should play a Cavern of Souls. Alright. We have, once again, died to the Urzas. Not bad. Alright, fries are especially better now that we know about... Hell, we might want bolts now that we know about, what's it called? Queller. And we know there's not Blood Moons in this deck. I think I'm less likely to have Force of Vigors now that I know there's not Blood Moons. Maybe do something like this. Play a few less Grazers, though they do block well. And that's worth noting. What is the best payoff here? Primeval Titan is the most expensive, so it seems like it is among the worst. I think I actually do kind of want Coursers too, but maybe they're too slow. Bolts for Quellers. I like the 5-drops. Grazers. I like Fields. I just like critting Grazers in these fair style matchups. Cut a single Dryad. A Castle? No, cutting Castle sucks. I don't like it. I don't like it. Field of the Dead actually seems kind of okay in this matchup. I think I'm going to cut one of the payoff cards. I just don't know which. I'm willing to postulate Escape is the worst. Because Hour of Promise, if Field matters in the matchup, I think Hour of Promise is probably a little bit better than Escape. Which maybe means that should just be on 4 Hour. What is the card hidden behind your camera? What do you mean? That opponent has? Oh, I didn't see anything. I'm sorry, I missed it. It was last game? Yeah. I don't know. This hand has no ramp spells, but we cut a bunch of the ramps, so that makes sense. I don't think I'm going to mulligan it. Alright. This hand's good. Let's keep this. I'm going to bottom the Titan. We have a lot of payoff in our deck, so. Cool with this. Suspend this so it's least likely to get caught by a Teferi. They have to ramp it out. This does kind of subject me to flooding out, but I'm okay with that with a Veil in hand. I'm going to want to be able to beat their counter spells. Yeah, that's fine. Mithra's Bubble. Who'd you bubble? Me or you? Targeting me. Alright, so they know the next card in my deck. Hour of Promise. Look, another payoff card. It's so easy. Alright, going into turn 2. If we draw a land, we get to play double 2. That's pretty good. They have Rebuke up this turn, though. Easy game, easy life. Indeed. Emery for 2. Sword of the Meek. Oh no, we're going to get comboed off again. Alright, let's grab a... I feel like we're supposed to grab a mountain despite the fact we kind of want to grab a green in case we draw any land. We can play double source, but like I want mountains because we have an Hour of Promise draw. So I'm just going to grab a mountain. Cinder Glade? Oh yeah, never didn't have it. Here is a Sack Daddy. Here is a Farseek. Grab the old Stomping Ground. Nope. Go. And then we get to grab probably Valakut, Field of the Dead. That's probably what we're grabbing. Most payoff lands possible. Kind of needs... oh, no. Well. Huh. Let's crack in case we draw Titan. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 mountains as well. Scapeshift. Alright, well, I mean, unless they do specifically the thing next turn, we have Scapeshift plus Veil next turn, so that's pretty good. Oh, promise. Let's grab Field of the Dead and another Valakut in case things go really wrong. Ooh. Always yields. Alright. They have to have a pretty insane sequence. They have to have like Emery into triple mock, like Emery land multiple Mox Ambers to kill us this turn. That kills our Zambies. Alright, do we have enough green sources? We do. Alright, excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sounds good to me. Huh. 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 Green. Red. Green. Red. Scapeshift. Sacrifice any number of lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Grab some basics and we'll play around. I don't know what to play around. We'll just play around something that makes us search a basic. Boop. 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 Nope. 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 Bunch of triggers. All targeting you. Oh god. Alright. And this needs to move down. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for not making me click a bunch. Alright, we got them. They probably likely had us dead if they drew lands, but we got them. Alright. Now that we know they have Doctor's Sword, does that make us want Force of Vigor more? I don't know how they're making room for all this stuff. All the counterspells, Quellers, Teferis, and Doctor's Sword. Seems insane. All these Urza decks, is this what the format still is? I don't think that's what the format still is. I feel like these decks are going to struggle a lot with the Amulet deck. Especially since it has multiple caverns. But to be entirely honest with you, I don't super know. Gara Promise is worse than Escape to the Wilds. Yeah, it shows. Cool running it back. I think the bolts are still good, knowing they're a Queller deck. They're not going to board out their Quellers. So I think the bolts are still going to have targets. Deck morph. Yeah, no kidding. They just board into the combo. It's so weird that we do not have enough green sources. Whatever. This hand's probably mulligan anyway. Yeah, we'll keep him bottom and escape. Might not. Might bottom escape shift. Sounds kind of crazy, but escape does more. Keep. Bottom escape shift. Escape does more on these kind of limping hands. Gonna lead on Cinder Glade, I think, gives me the most options for turn 2. Gooser! Maybe we're about to get, what's it called? Ashioked. Yeah, Ashioked isn't even the end of the world against Escape to the Wilds either. Because we can, like, look at the top 10 to try to find our Fry. And we have a Valakut in the meantime if we find Dryad. Oh, they just have Queller. That's fine. Because we're not... Joke's on you, we're not casting spells! Oh, Scapeshift. This is Valakut. Turns yours. I think this pretty clearly signals a spell queller. So, thankfully, these get around spell queller. Make a food. You got it. About to get our goose cooked. I don't know about that. If this is all they got going on, then we're in okay shape. Shock. If you shock, you have Cryptic. So if you want to sell to me that you have Cryptic, you should probably shock. If you're going to sell you don't have Cryptic, you should probably not shock. Actually, come to think of it, there's no reason to shock. Unless you want to save the foods. Which might be their consideration right now, is that, like, is the shock worth a food? The answer is no. So if they have to spell call this turn, they're fine eating a food. To do so... Is this an action? Unmoored Ego. We have a Valakut in play. Alright. I'm Galaxy Brain for playing this Valakut, chat. I'm Galaxy Brain. Name wisely. Okay. That was 4 less bad lands in our deck to draw. I don't understand why they don't think I can very easily kill them with 1 Valakut. They probably should have named a payoff card. That does not look correct to me. You know what's sad is this was actually on my radar. I was like, huh, look, we played around Unmoored Ego. I just like kind of made a joke to myself. And I thought it was so funny. No, it's not. No, it's apparently a real thing. They actually do have Unmoored Ego. Like, I wasn't going to say it because it wasn't actually funny, but I was like, huh. Alright. Go figure. We got to play around Unmoored Ego for free by just not casting spells. They know our hands all pay off, so I assume they're going to make a move soon. I might should have played Field of Dead and play around a second Unmoored Ego, but I just don't care. I want to get more mountains to play in case they have Ashiok. I'm really scared of Ashiok. I'm not scared of Urza. Unless they have the combo. Sure. So lets them still cast Queller. Cool with me. Draw. Another Escape to the Wilds. You don't say. Play field. Pass turn. I mean, their clock's still not quick. It's still only like a 7-turn clock, but I mean that construct's gonna get big quick. Is this Stoneforge Mystic? It's a Thopter Foundry. Oh no! If you have Sword, we're dead. We're dead to a word too. 2 ships passing in the night, huh? Make a food. It's fine. Attack for 5. That's also fine. I mean, we have mono payoff, so let's just start jamming it. Escape to the Wilds. Rebuke, 1 card left in hand. You got it. Nope. Okay. 3 mountains in play. We can't take 2 more hits. There's Drew Sword. Oh, chat, no! No! We were too slow. Man. This Urza deck that has Thopter Sword combo in it is apparently a hard matchup for Titanshift because we just can't beat Thopter Sword combo. Feels like we can beat all the fair stuff. Like if they were still doing the Oko fair stuff, I would feel a lot better in these matchups. But like they keep having these just draws too, like instant kills. I won't lie to you, if that's what the format's about, if the format's all Thopter Sword Urza, then we're probably not supposed to be playing Titanshift. But I was not under the impression that's what the format was. So, I don't know. Goose cooked. You're allowed to put Oko and fair in the same sentence? Oko was a fair card. It didn't make mana. It didn't, it didn't combo off. It wasn't used to actively kill your opponent before, like, the 8th turn or whatever. There are a bunch of quick combo decks right now from looking at the 5-0 dump. Yeah, like, I don't know. I think we have good interaction against some of the quick combo decks. I think we have a decent Amulet matchup. I think our Prowess and Burn matchups are reasonable. Like, I think we have a lot of reasonable matchups in the format. I know who this is. I've played against this person before, but I don't remember exactly what they're always on and stuff. The Grazer looks pretty embarrassing this hand, but this hand's good overall. Maybe if we draw running lands, the Grazer will have text, but I think this Grazer is basically a mulligan, but I would not mulligan this 6, so we're just going to keep it. Lots of creature combo, Blue-Red Breach, Blue-Green Titan, Urza Zombie, Urza combos. I tested Edgar's build a few times. It feels dirty. I mean, I think the Amulet deck is very, very good. I wonder what the odds I can just not play this Forest are. They don't seem super high. Thinking we can play 5 of the mountains. Okay. Suspend. Go. Next turn we can Grazer plus suspend if that's what we're into. Just plan to turn 4 Titan. I don't think this hand can turn 3 a Titan with the way I've decided to sequence it. Although if we draw Garenbrig, maybe we're okay. Oh, this is Yawgmoth. Alright. This matchup's probably tough. Yeah, maybe not. Anger of the Gods is really good out of the sideboard. And like a Bolt can disrupt their combo for a turn, I think. I might be wrong. So we can Grazer plus Suspend Search. That's not very good. Land, Grazer for 3rd land, about to get 4th land, 5th land. If we draw specifically Garenbrig, we feel kind of smart. I think I'm just going to play Sakura-Tribe Elder. Sakura-Tribe Elder. And we're going to hold the Grazer in case we draw like Escape to the Wilds or something. I guess in case they have push, I should F6. So they can, this is their Yawgmoth turn. I'm not confident that we can race a Yawgmoth. No Yawgmoth? Oh, okay. I can race that. The plan B is fine by me. Alright. Sack. Go grab Snow-Covered Mountain. Yo, Lank! Thank you for the follow. Or it might be Lance, but I don't know. That many C's has to make a cuss sound, right? Why not Grazer and Tribe Elder? I couldn't, right? This isn't coming untapped, right? Am I missing something? Yeah. Alright, they got a bunch of stuff. I'm not convinced I can die next turn. I always yielded to this. Cast. Gonna grab a mountain. Going to play a Cinder Glade. Cinder Glade. Cast Search for Tomorrow. Go grab a Snow-Covered Mountain. That gives me my 5th mountain. Green, Grazer. Put a fetch land into play, and then we're going to have removal up next turn. Actually, we might just be able to kill them next turn. This might allow for a turn 4 kill with a Titan, right? Grab double Valakut. Can deal 12, or I'm sorry, 6, 12. Yeah, we can deal 12. So it depends how much, like, if any, they Yawgmoth for this turn. Because they need a Jural's Messenger to kill us. Like, we're not dead. Alright, yeah, that's fine. Like, if they start doing this stuff and go to, like, whatever, then we can just kill them. And that might be the plan. I guess they're just trying to kill my Grazer. Draw a bunch of cards. Blood Artists cost 2. They don't have a 1-drop that works with this, right? Am I missing something? What are they looking for? 8. Well, now they're super dead. I don't know what they're looking for, but if I remember right, maybe they're looking for the Blood Artist. It looks like the plan. I believe they think they're just dead next turn, which now is true, but wasn't true if they didn't pay a bunch of life. Yup. You can't sack one more to draw the Blood Artist. Yeah, you can. You can sack one more to try to find it, plus the land. Strange. Convoke? They can only convoke for one, right? No, I thought they used their land drop. They have not used the land drop. So, yeah, they can go grab the Blood Artist and kill me if they have it. Which, they just drew 16 cards. So, I guess I'll wait for them to show it to me, but we should be done. We're not dead. What? Oh, no, that's mana neutral. Never mind. That's also mana neutral. They're discarding a million lands. Sure. I mean, they still have it all up. Like, they didn't attack. So, like, are we, like, wasting our time here? What's the deal? Like, if I just played a Valakut here, you could just die, right? Am I dumb? What am I missing? Whatever. Here's Titan. Kill me. You just have nothing? What? Okay. Wild, dude. Alright. Somehow we didn't die. Okay. These cards all seem good. I'm gonna board them in. So I think they're on average gonna be a little faster than us. So I think our plan of like be slow and don't interact a ton is like kind of bad. So let's board out. Let's board out a little of everything. I think we're not. I actually think Escape might be just really bad in this matchup. Because we're just trying to hit our lands and interact like a little bit. This might even be going too far. But I thought they had Thoughtseizes in their board. Maybe that just doesn't matter. Maybe we can just like keep 2 escapes and trim like a ramp spell or something. Trim like a Dryad. Don't let them kill stuff. I don't know. Just trim a little bit on the speed package, but in general leave it in. It's like dead in multiples. If we plan to interact, escape helps us find interaction. That's true. Well, the thing is, like, Hour of Promise and stuff is interaction by being Valakuts, right? Is Veil even good here? Yeah. Veil, I don't know that Veil has a high probability of being dead, but I don't think it's as good as it could be. Like, the problem is I think they do have Thoughtseizes in their board. Do you think they have Ashiok? I'm not sure we could beat it if they do. Does Yawgmoth play Ashiok? Let's look. MTG Goldfish. Modern. Hey, look, Titanshift. Where is Yawgmoth? How is Yawgmoth less played than Titanshift? Here it is. Boop. Nope. They have. Yeah, they have Thoughtseizes, but they only have 2 of them. Okay. Yeah, never mind. I'm glad I imported it. Killing opponent is best Valakut interaction? You're not kidding. What is his hand, dude? His hand would be such a pog if it had more lands. Well, again. This has turned to Dryad, so I think I'm supposed to keep it. The question is, am I supposed to bottom the Sakura-Tribe Elder? I think I will. Maybe that's dumb. Could bottom the Titan. Let's bottom the Titan. Because we don't have the lands to hit all these insane drops. But if we draw the lands, we'll get there. Cinder Glade, that was a good pickup. So we go grab a forest. Grab the Sweet Forest. Grazer. Okay, put this into play. The next turn we have land, Dryad, Cinder Glade, go. It's not bad. We can draw a land and 5-drop in 2 consecutive steps, right? And play that on turf. Ashiok. Oh no. Should have kept the Titan, idiot. Field of the Dead. I thought they didn't play Ashiok. I've been debated. Oh, here's a thing that attacks. Here is a land. We just need 3 more lands to start making zombies. Probably going to be too slow. Well, knowing they have Ashiok is going to be relevant for games 3. Games 2 and 3. And if we draw a Valakut, it is going to be so sick. Rex Sage. What the hell is that? It only targets Dryad. Ugh. Alright, we're probably done. We need help. Look at these attackers, chat. These attack an Ashiok. Attackers. Freaking Rex Sage. What the heck? Alright. If they play Yawgmoth, we'll probably pick them on up. I don't think we can win if they play Yawgmoth. Yeah, I'm not sure we could beat a Yawgmoth. Alright. Sure, I'll block here. I guess Escape the Wilds is a good draw. Do we leave all those in the deck? No. Oh, I really got blown out by not thinking that Ashiok. And they just played 1 on 2. Aaron didn't play it. We just draw it anyway. Whoa, we just draw the 1-up anyway. The only payoff card that works. And an Anger the Gods. It's just that easy, chat. It's just that easy. Alright. I mean, none of these searches work, but whatever. Combat. Guess we're going to attack this Ashiok. Your turn. Put it to 4. We got a Titan next turn. I mean, we could also just Anger, but I don't know. I can't tell if Anger or a 6/6 is going to matter more. We'll see. We'll be able to analyze next turn. That's why we leave the 1 in the deck. You're not kidding. Dude, if we win this game, it'd be so sicko. Now there's a face-up Anger on the table, so they won't commit more to the board. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oliver's? Alright, they'll commit that, because that is died of it. Alright, let's block that. Okay. A land. Alright, now I feel incentivized to Anger and play land. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Because, we have 6 different types, and Stomping Ground's not currently in play. Anger of the Gods. Alright. Would you like to pay to? No. Alright. This is what I got. It's not bad. Let's see what you got. Do I want this in the graveyard? Is there a reason to like casting this stuff? Sure, we'll cast it instead of leaving it in exile. Go. Alright. No! A blocker! This is nonsense! Alright, they don't know about the next land. Attack with all creatures at Ashiok. Yeah! Look at this! We got the beatdown action, chat. Beatdown action. Ashiok at 2. Land. Oh, yeah. More zombies. Your turn. Look at this. Just pressure it. Just pressure it. We might just kill them. With these zombies. No, don't have Yawgmoth. They have Yawgmoth. Yeah, no. Wait, no, they don't. They don't. What's their last card? What is their last card? Once upon a time. Oh no, that could cast Yawgmoth. That's a Yawgmoth. Alright, well actually hold on. Yawgmoth doesn't do all that much, right? Maybe Yawgmoth's actually okay. Tap land. Alright, you got it. Because if we draw a payoff piece, we're just great. Like the Yawgmoth doesn't actually matter that much. Because we can fetch. I don't think we can bolt it down. We have 1, 2, 3 mountains, 4, 5. If we draw a mountain, we can deal 3 to something. Not that great, but plays. No! Don't exile my cards. They hit a lot of spells. That is specifically a mountain. Okay. So where does that leave us? Leaves us attacking Ashiok with all 4. Attack with all creatures at Ashiok. Block 1. Ashiok gets murked. Alright, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 mountains, which means we have a bolt at instant speed and like 4 more zombies at instant speed, so we're doing alright. We might win this game, chat. We might actually win this game. Escape is so good against Ashiok. It's nuts. Like, that's part of why I like Escape so much right now, is it, like, allows you to natural Valakut the Ashioks down more often. Like, it's a payoff card that's actually good, that's good against Ashiok. Loving this. Loving this. What do you think about Storm's Wrath somewhere in the Valakut 75? It isn't dead in the main and kind of deals with Ashiok and obvious stuff. Okay. It doesn't kill Ashiok. If it killed Ashiok, I'd be more interested. Like, Hour of Devastation is an interesting card, I think. Bolt to finish Yawg. I don't know that that matters. Maybe it will. Yeah, like, maybe this gives them out to, like, kill me. I wanted to, like, hold up, like, the zombies, but if they draw, like, a Giraffe's Messenger, I'll feel a little dumb. Which looks like they did. Quarter Calling for X is 3. Yeah, okay, now they have a bunch of draws to, like, find the second Giraffe's Messenger. Alright, you're right, I should have killed the Yawg. Okay. I maybe could also responded and killed something. Is this just gonna kill me? Okay. I think we need to kill the Giraffe's Messenger here. I think. So if we kill Giraffe's Messenger here, it doesn't lift the counter. Like, we negate an entire counter lift. Alright. I think this is right. I'm going to go for it. I don't know if it's actually right. Alright, make 2 zombies. And oh shit, I don't make 2 more zombies with this because I didn't grab a basic snow-covered mountain or whatever. We need the Valakut trigger. I screwed up there, but hopefully the zombies don't end up mattering. I think they might, though. It's kind of punishing. Cinder Glade. Yep, 6. And now they sack, and they lose out on 2 draws? Or they just lose out on 1? I don't actually know. I don't know if they still draw the card. Alright. Well, now I have nothing else, so F6. They're at 14. I have 6/12 power in play. So we need to draw a mountain. Once Upon a Time. You can find a 1-drop. And then we're drawing 2 mountains. Golly, those 2 zombies matter a lot. Because I would have lethal in play right now. Ugh, should have grabbed a snow-covered mountain. I'm sorry, a regular mountain. I'm embarrassing. Yeah, you're right. I should have killed Yawgmoth. I was thinking about like using the bolt to interact and like going face and like racing with these zombies. And like using it at instant speed to just like try to set up lethal. But yeah, no, I should have just tried to kill the Yawg that turn. It's the only thing that mattered. I definitely lost sight of what our role was there. And it might end up costing me this game. Alright, Noble Hierarch. What does Noble Hierarch do? Not a ton. Maybe it lets them live? I guess they could live anyway. Even if I had made 2 zombies, they could live anyway. Because they can just sack a thing to put a counter on a thing. No, that's the same rate on life. Never mind. I'm done. Always kill the Yawg. Thanks, not a poke. 2 mana. What you got? Hierarch. Yep. You can put me to 3. Okay. And if they find Young Wolf, I'm dead. What? They Hail Mary to hit the Young Wolf? We weren't even dead. Oh, yeah, you were. I had a prime time on top because I'm very skilled. Alright, got him. Yawgmoth, easy matchup. I almost always tend to go for board control over maybe killing a turn or 2 sooner if I have the option. I feel that I have less of a chance to lose that way. There's just some worse, even if they get more. I don't know. I think it's a Magic fundamental not to give your opponent more draw steps than you have to. So in general, I lean towards not giving them more draw steps, but that kind of breaks down in the face of a Yawgmoth. What you lost to? I lost to Urza twice. Like Urza with like the combo. One of them had Blood Moon too. The other one had Teferis and Quellers. But essentially what I lost to was Yawgmoth, Thopter Sword, and Foundry. Matchup felt pretty tough. I mean, they have counter spells like reasonable mana acceleration and like a combo finish. So like that's just kind of hard for a deck to deal with all that. If that's what's going on in Modern, even post ban, then like maybe Titanshift's not good enough. Luck sacked that one after the punt. Oh, not only the punt, but the disrespecting the fact that they didn't have Ashiok in the sideboard, because when Aaron won the Open with Black-Green Yawgmoth, she didn't have Ashioks in her sideboard. And so I was like, okay, they're not going to have Ashioks in their sideboard. They just put an Ashiok in turn 2. We just beat a turn 2 Ashiok that I didn't have any answers for in my deck, really, except like natural Field of the Deading them by drawing the one Escape to the Wilds I left in the deck to like turn on Field of the Dead and attack them down. And then I punted after that and then ended up winning. So with that in mind, I think that matchup is probably pretty good. Is this hand good? I think it is. I'm actually going to keep this hand. Like, any payoff just murders people. I'm into it. And, like, if we draw a Titan, we have, like, turn 4 Titan still. Despite not doing anything on turn 1. Into it. I wonder if Melira is playable in a world where Yawgmoth and Infect both have meta shares. If Yawgmoth and Infect both have meta shares, but I wouldn't want to play Melira without Summoner's Packs in my deck. Like, I would definitely want to have access to Summoner's Pack to search up. What do you think this is? Is this another Thoughtseize strategy? It looks to be. Could be another Black-Green Yawgmoth deck. Wouldn't mind that. Once Upon a Time. That would lend itself to being another Yawgmoth deck. Wooded Foothills. Okay. Could just be Jund. Okay, it's Shadow. Alright. Bobbled me, discard me. Good sequencing from the opponent. Good sequencing. Probably going to take Sakura-Tribe Elder, if I had to guess, because we have redundant Dryads. Seems pretty clear. Yep. And just like that, Delirium's on too. Wow. They can turn 2 Traverse. That is sick. Go. Just play Veil X4. I mean, Veil wasn't the problem. The problem is we got comboed, son. We just got comboed out. Traverse the Elvenwald. Death Shadow? Okay. Love to see them putting a shadow with the graveyard, I guess. Okay. That was odd. They have a Gurmag? Using Death Shadow as a ritual for Gurmag is wild. Ah! You were supposed to do that first. Sigh. Oops. Well, I complimented them on their sequencing on the first turn. It was good. Oh, that was nice. That was a nice pickup. They now know our entire hand, so it's whatever. Finger slipped. That's gas. I thought I was giving them some respect too. I was like, oh, maybe they're about to like Gurmag or something. And they're just like, whatever. I'm not gonna be able to like if they don't have a way to turn the shadow on quickly. I could see them being like, all right, whatever. We're just gonna, what's it called? We're just gonna turn the Gurmag on and start the beatdowns. But yeah, that's rough. That is rough. Easy league. I mean, we had the hard league to start with. But I don't know if that's the highest quality league we've ever played. Fetch Shock. Here we go. Now we got some shadow action. Yep. Hopefully they're out of discard so this Escape to the Wilds beats their cheeks in. That would be convenient. Primeval Titan. Nice! Deece. Green. Black. Green. Green. Mega Bunch. Turn 4 Titan. With Dryad. Yeah, I'd like to use Primeval Titan's ability. I think you're just dead, friendo. Yeah, I think they know that. I mean, I don't think they have an answer to Dryad, but if I think they do... I mean, I can still just grab Valakut, and it's fine. Like, grabbing Valakut is just, like, actually fine here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because if they dismember this, we still have 2 Valakuts in play. Right? Yes. 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 Also yes. A 13/13 shadow. Look at that. It's huge. Oh. Alright. A turn 4 kill with a Titan. Deece. Here comes Veil. Here comes Veil. Do I want Coursers? I kind of want Coursers. They block. Gain life. No, the rest of our cards kind of suck. Maybe the rest of our cards don't suck. What if I just, like, didn't bring these in? Cut some grazers, called it a day. I'm in. I'm into it. I'm into it. Just gonna do this. You should kill Shadow in case they kill Dryad. They for sure have Ashiok? Alright, we'll have a Fry in our deck. We'll have a Fry. We'll have one Fry. Over making decisions at random. Grazer. I'm gonna have one Fry. The thing is, like, about Ashiok in their deck is they can't power it out, and so I'm a little less scared of it. It's huge. It is huge. Oh, not a poke, your gas. I'm so glad I have you in my stream constantly now, not a poke. That's gas. I know early on you weren't able to like make all my streams. I don't know why. Drake can have a little fry as a treat. I love fries. They're delicious. All right, chat. Titanshifted. That's a nice name. Chat. Best fries at a fast food chain. Go. What fast food chain has the best fries? This deck's very interesting. Why, thank you. I built it myself. Checkers, Five Guys. Five Guys, is Five Guys a fast food chain? In and out. Okay, all right. Big Monkey, I love Five Guys, but they're not a fast food chain. They're not fast. They don't have a drive-thru. Keep. Could have been an interesting scenario where they let some Valakut triggers resolve, kill the Dryad after the battle rage, and they huge shadow. You're right, actually. That could happen. Titanshifted, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. That is something they can do. Wendy's? No, Five Guys. Five Guys is not a fast food chain. You're killing me, chat. Five Guys easy. Y'all the worst. For actual fast food chains, I think my vote is Checkers. Although McDonald's hit the spot sometimes. Five Guys sucks. Tannen, you suck. How do you not like Five Guys? Five Guys is great. OMG Drake, you can wait 2 minutes for a burger. I mean, I go to Five Guys all the time. And you don't know me, dude. I might start eating myself. Like, waiting is not it. They thought seized my Titan. That indicates they probably have something for the Scapeshift. What? What is happening? Mismatching Valakuts. I don't know which one they've seen. I wish it had the MTGO thing or whatever. Or the arena thing. Popeye's chicken sandwich is the GOAT, GTFO. I mean, I haven't even had it yet. Alright, sure, man, you got it. I haven't even had the Popeye's chicken sandwich yet, but like, Five Guys slaps. The Popeye's chicken sandwich being good has no bearing on the fact Five Guys slaps. I think life total matters in this matchup, so I'm actually going to fetch a forest. So don't delay, act now, supplies are running out. Allow if you're still alive, 6 to 8 years to arrive. And if you follow, there may be a tomorrow, but if your shadow opponent misses land drops, we're probably gonna win this game. Mount. Yeet. Alright. Can we Dryad plus Sakura? We can. I'm into it. I suppose we should tap reasonably, huh? Oh no, nothing matters. Never mind. Dryad. So don't play Dryad. Act now. Also play Sakura-Tribe Elder. This game looks over. Holy cow, they're almost dead. We can just, like, attack them for, like, a bunch next turn. We get to deal 6 to them. And then attack them for 3 to 7. They're not dead. Tilt. Oh, yeah, they are. No, they're not. 12, 13. Green, red, green. Here's a second Dryad just as backup. Huh. Pew! Pew! Yup. Combat. Oh, yeah. I think we can lock them out. I think they're now locked out of fetching. This game looks over, friendo. Alright. Yep. Uh-oh. I don't know, their hand was okay. They had multiple redraws. Alright. We've rallied back. The old 2-2. Deco. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. If I see you eating Five Guys, I'll slap it out your mouth. Dang, Tannen, that's savage. Say psych right now. Oh. Arby's, rats. That's a good vote. Arby's does have good fries. The problem is I don't like the rest of Arby's food. It's just not acceptable. All right, chat. We're playing for the bread and butter. Can we 3-2 both leagues with primetime decks? Let's find out on this episode of This Hand is Very Medium. Keep. We're probably going to Grazer on 1, actually. Just Grazer on 1, search on 2, hope that our hand comes together. I miss the chocolate turnovers at Arby's. Their milkshakes are decent. I can't say I go to Arby's enough to know, Blitz, but I'll trust your opinion. I'll trust your opinion on it. I can't believe Tannen's such a savage, slapping 5 guys out my mouth. That's so rude. Grazer. Okay. Valakut. Goo. Who? All right, 29 land deck. Show me the lands. Show me the money. Oh, that's the money. Land. Green. Cast this. I do need another mountain, so probably gonna grab one. Ooh, mountain. If we draw... Oh no, this is stupid. Because if we draw Garenbrig, we can't play Titan. Oh no! Oh no. Baral Chief of Compliance, and it matters a lot. Oh no! Scapeshift. Never mind, nothing matters. We're just dead. Storm! We have to play for the 3-2 against Storm? Oh no. No. Go. Well, I suspect we're not living through this turn. Uh-oh. Yep. Drake, we get spicy nuggets at Wendy's and fries at Arby's. I'm into that, Blitz. I'm into that. Because the Wendy's fries freaking suck. It's so frustrating. This is 6 mana. That's a lot of mana. Just cash your gifts. I'll concede. Repeal. What? Okay. Do you just not have it? No, you wouldn't cast these rituals if you didn't have it. Grape Shot for 4. If you have Remand, that's still not enough. Oh, you just have... What do you have? Past in Flames? Alright. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This doesn't kill me. 11. So now you have 11. You can flashback Past in Flames 12, 11, 12, 13. I think I am dead now, right? Whatever. Show me another spell. Or don't. I don't think you have to. Shocking on turn 1. It gets you every time, I tell you what. They could just repeal their own Baral. Alright. Yeah, I didn't think about them repealing their Baral too, right? Alright. Well, we died on 3. It'd be like that. This foiled out Storm deck. Yuki. Bring in the whole squad. They think they have Blood Moon? I played Blood Moon. You think they're playing Blood Moon? They're not playing Blood Moon. They're not about it. They ain't about it. I like all the Gotta Go Fast cards. I hate Escape to the Wilds, so I'm going to cut all of our Escape to the Wilds. I might cut all of our Hour Promises, too. And just plan to kill them with this stuff. And just plan to interact until we get there. It's not insane. Maybe Fry sucks. Trim on the lands come into play stuff. All right. We're gonna hope this is gonna be good enough. Not clicking that either. They can attack with Baral. Oh, that's right. I missed the attack with Baral too. That's gas. This hand is weird. But I think it's a keep. Okay. fetch a green source. Yep. We actually don't need to play the Damping Sphere on 2. We can play it on 3 with the Veil back up. Bolt's kind of embarrassing. Alright. Yup. And we're going to hope to draw a land for a turn next turn. Yup. Never mind, we're just going to bolt that. Cast. Go grab the Sweet Mountain. Drew the worst possibles. Okay. Bolt that. Play this. Best turn. Brawl. You got it, buddy. Sure. Now we probably just need to hold up Veil for the rest of the game. So that we don't get this Damping Sphere bounced. Alright, let's fetch. Let's grab another mountain. Out. Sure. And we'll play the Dryad. There you go. And this not only fixes our mana, but also like... Alright. 4 mana. Just cycling the Manamorphose. Okay. I will block. Alright, we just kind of need a payoff now. That's payoff. Kind of want to hold up Veil. I think I'm just going to hold up Veil, actually. Because I don't want to get it remanded and just die. I don't know how they beat me currently. If I just draw a mana source. That's a mana source. Green. 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 Oh, no, that doesn't work. Wow, I'm dumb. Whatever, this is good enough. Remand. Yup. So 2 Valakuts is 12. And we can attack with the Dryad. Pew, 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 pew. They bounce Dryad, that's fine by me. Because they're not bouncing Damping Sphere. Dismember. Okay. Wait, why? 1, 2, 3. Oh. Wait, no, I don't understand. Why did they all still do damage? If you leave, oh, because I have 5 of the mountains, they were the triggers themselves because I'm a genius. Okay, never mind. I thought I only had 4 mountains. I do not. I have 5. Because they were the mountain triggers, so the Dismember actually did nothing. Math checks out. Yeah. I actually did know this interaction. I just thought I had 4 mountains in play. Because I only saw these mountains. I forgot this land was over here being hidden. All right. We took Storm to a game 3. We're playing. I think we do want the fries in hindsight. I think we want less of this stuff. Although Dryad looked great there. Dryad looked really good. I don't think Dryad's good on average, though. Just keep the good ram spells in, and let's just board in more interaction. On the draw especially, I think we're going to want even more interaction. Like, if they tap out on turn 2 for a creature, we need to kill it. Hey, this does that. Keep. This is exactly the kind of hand I want against Storm. It's just like, make my land drops and kill their stuff. Ooh, sweet Serum Visions. I'm into this. Drake, at the end of the video, or right now, please let's talk about Grazer, because it's such a non-bow with Dryad. We normally can't abuse him. We just have like 3 mana, 2/4 with Prismatic Omen. What's your thoughts? But I think shoving Grazer's 2/3 would serve the deck justice. I think I'm going to agree with you, but we're going to have to see how this plays out. Does life total matter? I don't think it does. So like when they play tap out on turn 2, I think I'm just going to lightning bolt it. And then we'll hold up Fry because it can't be countered. Now they're not playing a creature, so I'm just going to have 6. Play this in case they have Blood Moon. If they have Blood Moon, we're obviously in a lot of trouble, but being able to fetch a forest means that we at least don't die. Right, they do not. At least they do not yet. These are all mountains, so I think I can fetch a forest. Tribe Elder. Fetch a forest. Play Cinder Glade. Tribe Elder. This Tribe Elder was a little risky. There's a chance we die to just like double creature or whatever. Never mind, we're not going to die. This just means they have a counter spell, right? Like, this is what this hand has to mean. Untapped land. Farseek? Sure. Farseek. This will let us hold up both spells, which I'm pretty cool with. Stomping Ground. Nope. I'm cool making land drops until they try to go for something. It was just gifts. Okay. So, given that they were cantripping on turn 2 before making their land drop, what does that imply about the sequence of their hand? Don't know. Because they hit every land drop afterwards. I mean, if they have a creature in hand, it would behooves me to give them these cards. So we're just gonna binning the ritual is just correct. Actually, it's just not actually close. They have empty. That's fine. We can beat an empty. We can beat an empty for a fair bit actually. Because we can prime time go grab field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And never mind, we have to grab field Valakut. But I don't board an empty in this matchup, and I don't think they should either. So I don't know. Having played both sides of this matchup a number of times, I don't think that's where they should be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is waiting a turn doing anything for me? Yeah, if we think they have Remand, they would use Remand on Primeval Titan, right? I think we're just going to die to Natural Storm, though, is kind of my problem. We can kill mana creatures. I don't know that I'm going to feel more comfortable going for it next turn. I think this is actually a pretty skill-intensive moment here. Because, like, it's fairly likely they just have Remand. If they just have Remand, we're in a fair bit of trouble. If they don't have Remand, we're just as good off as if they had Remand. No, it's the same no matter what, because they'll be able to Remand one of, like, our spells. Like, if we play this and they Remand it, we still have a spell up, so that would require them to have the second Remand. I think we have to jam 2, but I wanted to make sure. I think it is correct to jam. Because we still have this bolt up if they Remand us. Yeah, okay. That's fine. And we need to work through the Remands. Like, we're not actually getting anywhere by just not moving. Unless they have specifically a second... If they have mana creature second Remand, we're dead, but I think that we were dead to that anyway. Okay. They have a Metamorphose we know about. That's unfortunate. I mean, they know about a Lightning Bolt, I think. Yup. Oh, they have another Ritual too and another Morphose? Jesus. Alright, yeah, we're done shit. I think. And they have a Remand. Alright, yeah. So, our sequence... Oh, they had 2 more creatures. Sure. Yeah, we're not beating this with our 2 removal spells anyway. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Okay. So, let's talk about it. Where is this? Boop. 2-3. Pretty bad. I mean, Storm's a hard matchup. We beat Yawgmoth. We beat Shadow. I think our deck's pretty well set up against Shadow now that we have Field. I think Urza was the sticking point for this league for sure. Like, I'm not super upset with any of the results of the other matchups, but starting off 0-2 against 2 Urza decks is concerning. I don't know that we can make our deck reasonably better against Urza and still be a Titanshift deck. So if that's a prominent deck in the metagame, like I said, I don't think Titanshift's where we want to be. It did feel like, having played Amulet in the previous league, that Amulet is maybe a little bit better of a Dryad deck given the bounce lands. But I was trying Arboreal Grazers alongside Dryads, and we only really got to do the Arboreal Grazer into Dryad thing once, and the Arboreals were bad a lot of the time. So maybe there's a universe where we're supposed to trim some Arboreal Grazers. Like, I think the 4 Grazer thing was kind of cute. The escapes continued to be good. The hours were fine. And I think the Dryads are good, but I think the Grazers are where I want to calm down. Instead of trying to set up, like, potential for turn 3, like Titans, or even turn 3 kills, that's so unlikely. Like, these cards are just kind of worse. Like, this suffers the breach problem, where it introduces a little bit of a glass cannon aspect to our deck, where the ceiling on this card is it allows us to turn 3 kill them, and the floor on it is literally a blank piece of cardboard. So I think playing swingy cards like that is not what Titanshift is interested in doing. And as a result, I think I would cut those again for better ramp spells. I wanted to try this because it looked impressive at Amulet and stuff like that, but outside of bounce spells, we just don't have the, like, card advantage, like the ability to, like, leverage lands. The escapes helped, but, like, they weren't really enough to really leverage this card. So I think I want to keep this core. Maybe I cut, like, a Farseek or whatever, but, like, I think I might want to go back to Explorers over Grazers and, like, put... I don't know if I want Colony Yard Expedition anymore. if we're doing Escape to the Wilds things. I think the next iteration I would try would have some split of Explorers and other, like, ramp spells. But, like, a lot of the same payoff suite. Like, I liked the payoff suite. We felt like we always had payoff and felt like the payoffs were good. But I think we had too much of this stuff, and I was trimming it a lot when sideboarding. I think I want more just hard ramp spells. The 29 lands felt good. I mean, we're still a deck that, like, I'll keep land light hands and just, like, want to draw lands every turn. And if we do, we're good. And that, like, a 29 land deck helps a lot with that. I'm playing Leyline of Sanctity side. I don't know if that's good. Yeah. I don't find Urza to be as much of a problem now. Blitz, you talk about with Titanshift? Because if they're playing the Thopter Sword combo, that is a lot harder. What are your thoughts on Once Upon a Time? I talked about this a little bit at the beginning of the video, not a poke, but I don't think, especially if we're cutting Grazer, I don't think Once Upon a Time is what this deck wants, because it doesn't find our best payoff cards. It doesn't really find our best ramp cards, and it's not critical with this kind of build that we find a natural Valakut. It is in some matchups, but like I don't think Once Upon a Time enables that a lot of the time, and I think Titanshift already uses its mana most of the turns in the first turns, like if your hand is good, you're like casting a ramp spell every turn, and like the one drops were allowing you to kind of fill out that curve. You don't often have a lot of extra 2 mana spells. A lot of times you'll have 1 mana lying around. You don't often have 2 extra mana lying around. And I think that showed. And I think Once Upon a Time is like just not going to fit into our curve well if we have to cast it. Not in context of short, more as response to Jen. I thought you meant I see. I missed Jins. Like in the format. No, I don't think Urza is much of a problem in the format. I don't think they can beat Storm. I don't think they have a prayer. Simi Spirit Guide with Dryad has been fantastic at Breach. Yeah, like this is the kind of stuff Breach wants to do. Traditional Titanshift, which I'm more of a fan of, like doesn't really want to do these super swingy cards, but like Prismatic Omen plus enough, like this is just enough of a good card, whereas I don't think this is. So like I would change these back to be reasonable ramp spells, and I might put some interaction back in our main deck again. If people are playing the NASCAR game, we're gonna want interaction again. It might be supposed to be Lightning Bolt or whatever. We'll see how the metagame plays out this weekend. But I do want to try another Titan. I'll probably play Titanshift again soon, because I think I want to try, once the metagame settles out a little bit, tinkering with some of these numbers. But I was happy with the 29 lands. I was happy with Dryad. I was happy with Escape and Hour. Hour actually impressed me a fair bit. I was not overly happy with Grazer. And yeah, I think our sideboard is still close to fine. We were low on cards against, was it no, we had 2 for Shadow. Yeah, we were kind of low for Shadow, right? We only had 2 Veils, but that's fine. I think our Shadow matchup's good enough now. We didn't play against Burn. We did play against the Blood Moon deck, and we had Force of Vigors, and they weren't great. I don't know. I would like to play around maybe with a couple of the sideboard numbers, but I think until the metagame gets sorted out a little bit, I was happy with this. I wouldn't mind like a Tireless Tracker. Like this card's good with Tireless Tracker. So is like some of these other cards, but like we already have good 5 mana stuff, so maybe Tracker's just too cute. Like the Coursers are probably enough like sideboard extra advantage if that's what we're looking for, and like some life gain on top. So like the blue-white Jund matchup, I'll probably board this card in. The rest of my thoughts, I don't know. I mean, this is a first pass, so I'm not super discouraged by the 2-3. Like, we played against double Urza, and I think that, I don't know that it's a wash, but I just don't know how much of a metagame share that deck's going to have after this weekend, because after this weekend, a lot of people are going to shift to whatever does well this weekend, and so I don't think I can iterate on this deck effectively without having a better glimpse of what people are playing, so that's just kind of my thoughts on Titanshift. I think the deck's still good. Oh, gee, it's Christmas. You play Shift again? Yeah, I'll probably play Shift again. Probably very soon. Drake, I want to try 2. I think the explosiveness is very good, but, you know, it's bad sometimes. It's good, but it's bad. Also, I think going to 3 Dryad is nice. We don't have a bounce land. Always hit on drops, but I still love Dryad, so 3 Dryad. I don't know. I think 4 Dryad's probably right. Just no Grazers. I think -1 Grazer, -1 Dryad, -1 5-drop with Once Upon a Time could be really good. That's also worth trying out. I mean, there's a lot of directions you could take this. Like, Dryad, we're not going to figure it out immediately. Like, I'm not going to figure it out immediately. This guess is probably pretty off from what Titanshift should look like now. But, like, I just want to make sure, I kind of wanted to walk you through my thought process, both going into this And now that we've seen kind of how things play out, and like I thought this card was going to be really good for enabling this into this, and that just didn't happen. Like that was just way too hard to line up. So if we're abandoning this idea, then like maybe some of these become less important, and we can just go back to playing more of the true ramp spell Titanshift core that we're used to. And yeah, that's probably what I'll play next. It won't be next week. Next week I'll be gone for the PT. I'll be traveling on that Wednesday. And so I will be returning streaming the week after. So I apologize to all of my viewers and stuff, but we're just not going to be able to fit a stream in next week. Maybe I'll stream a little extra on the week after to make it up to y'all, since I'll have the weekend off. But if you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me in the Discord, !Discord. I think it's also been like randomly popping up, and I'd love to talk more about Titanshift with you. If you guys are watching on YouTube, you want to reach out to me on Twitter. My Twitter is in the description below. I'll talk to you about Titanshift any day of the week. But I think there's a lot of iteration to do, and I'm excited to be a part of the iteration as we move through and try to figure out the best builds of Titanshift now that Dryad's legal and modern. But I don't think we're there yet. I think this list is pretty far from it. So thank you all. If you've enjoyed my content and you're watching here on Twitch, you've not yet hit that follow button, please do so. It's the easiest way to support me on Twitch. We'll let you know when I go live. If you're watching on YouTube and you've been enjoying my content, thank you so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. It's the easiest way to support me on YouTube. We'll let you know when I post more videos. Until then, thank you for your support, and I'll see you next week.